Tell me a little bit about our Fresno Cakery, when you guys is open, just
Okay.
a slight history on it.
Okay, so we've been open for about 13 plus years. We opened up as a cakery because we wanted to keep our focus on doing really nice cakes and anything that would fall under that. So it's like cupcakes and desserts and different things. So that was our main focus. We opened up, it was me and my daughter that opened it up, and she is doing more behind the scenes stuff now. And so we are a second generation with me, baker, and then I have daughters and granddaughters who also work for me. So we're that many generations into the bakery.
Tell me how you got started in this career. Has this always been a passion of yours?
Well, you know, my parents had a bakery. They had a full-line bakery. My mom's name was Jimmy, named after her dad. And she had Jimmy's Bakery for years. And my dad was a baker, and she did the cakes. And they were a full-line bakery. They did everything, you know, cookies, Danish donuts, wedding cakes. And so I got to learn under them. Of course, I got to start at dishes, and so I could go through every aspect of their business and just learn it. So it was a really good way to learn how to do all these different things that are in the bakery.
Let's go ahead and talk about kind of the special products that you have for St. Patrick's Day. What kind of things that you have? Okay,
so we have some fun things. Of course, everything's green. And we do a Baileys and cream, which is very, it's delicious. It's a Baileys and cream cupcake with espresso, and then it has a white chocolate Baileys filling with a Baileys Swiss meringue buttercream on top. We also are doing our green velvet, which has the surprise sprinkles on the inside, and lots of fun and really colorful. And then, of course, we have our whiskey Car Bomb, which is a chocolate Guinness cupcake with a Jameson whiskey truffle and a Baileys and cream buttercream. So that's fun. Another green one we have that's actually, it's such a good cupcake. It's called Key Lime, and it has a graham cracker crust, and then key lime cake, key lime filling, and a meringue top, which is really good. So we have all different cookies. We have some beer mugs that say cheers. We have lucky ones. We have the St. Patty's little gnome guy cookies. So we're doing those as well.
How long does it take to create some of those crazy cakes and some of those designs?
Yeah, it really depends on what it is. Some cakes we work on it all week because maybe we're making something that goes on it, or even if it has the sugar flowers, we may start before that week just to start on that. Some are quicker than others, but some that have like all the little details on them that have to be handmade, because we don't necessarily put anything plastic on the cake, or, you know, not necessarily toys, but we make the stuff that goes on the cake. So most of the things are edible.
I do see some gluten-free options. Can you just talk about some of those?
Yes. So we're real proud of our gluten-free. Of course, we do have all of the gluten products in our facility, but we do use a separate area to produce those, and different, you know, like the mixers and different things, so there's not a cross-contamination. But we do that. My mom had celiacs, and so she was a baker for years, so we wanted to honor that and start with a gluten-free and have some really good tasting gluten-free products. So our chocolate, you can't tell there's a difference. So,
what would you say was the hardest design that you had to make? Was there like a design that was just, that was just super tough?
Yeah, well, there's been a few, but the one that sticks in my head is somebody wanted this really good size upside down hanging cake, and of course it had to go out of town. It couldn't be around the corner, and that was stressful because it was a hanging cake, and it wasn't little. It was a big cake, and when I got there, they had not put a hook up to hang the cake on, which that was all, and so we had to like we had to think really quick, and while we're holding this heavy cake. So I would say that was my most little scary cake.
Do you happen to have a visual?
No, I don't. I purposely didn't take a picture of that one because, you know, the thing with that is I don't necessarily want to. That it was just difficult. It was yeah, and of course it was out of town, and by the time it all worked out. It all worked out. But yeah, that was kind of a crazy one. The ones that, in fact, we have one this week that are just so big that we have to put a pole through the center of it because it's just big. So we've had one cake that we took to Paso Robles, and they wanted it to be to the very top, from the floor to the top. They wanted it to be 7 feet, which doesn't sound that big, but it is tall.
Yeah.
It is tall. And then, so you have to figure out all of the dimensions to get it because they wanted it that so they could hold a sword to cut it at a certain angle and all of that. So some things like that, you have to really calculate how it's going to be. You have to figure out how to get the pole up to the center because you want it to be stable. And then to make sure that all your supports can handle all of the weight, that bottom cake can handle all that weight.
I can only imagine the transportation.
Yeah,
Being
well,
careful
yes,
and-
we put it together there. Yeah, so putting it together there, there's just, yeah,
That's
especially out of town.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell people where you're located.
Okay.
And, so if they want more information, you know,
Right.
where should they go?
Oh, okay. So our original location is at 1292 North Wishon in Fresno, and that's in the Tower District, and we have been there 13 plus years. We do most of our production there. It's a nice, we're really comfortable there. We have really good customer base. And then a year ago, we opened up our second location, and it is 2025 West Bullard at the Pavilion West Center, which the funny thing, a lot of our customers live in this area anyway, so they've all been, oh, I'm so thankful you're over here now. I don't have to go all the way downtown. And it's really filled the need for the Frosted Cakery customer for us to be closer, and then also brought us a whole bunch of new ones. So yeah, and it's a very calm, nice place to have my wedding consultations here, and so it was a nice growth thing to do. We are on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. We have a really nice website. You can go on our website and you can, if you need a consultation for ordering a special cake or a wedding cake, you can set up your consultation there, and then you come in here and meet with me, and we sketch it out and give you quotes and all that kind of stuff. Also, we have an online store, so you can go online. It has a 3 business day, time where you can get one of the cakes or whatever desserts that are on there. You can order those within 3 days and get a cake. It may not be super custom, but it'll be really good and something good for a birthday or something that you hadn't planned for. But we also sell our cupcakes out of chocolate wishes, and that's at Sierra Vista Mall over by the theater. So they sell our cupcakes. So